What? What is this? Remy's in charge again tonight? Yes, I am.
Sorry, we're
Sorry, people. I know you got to deal with it. Too bad.
Oh,
If you don't like
We
it,
tried,
yeah.
but
Well,
there was
then,
mutiny. We had no choice.
yeah. If you don't like it, well then, no, kidding. Welcome, people. Welcome. We are the Sci-Fi Nerds. I'm Remy.
DJ.
and Kyle.
Yes. We are all here today. We dedicate this show to our original co-host, Donald. Couldn't make it today. I think work got in the way. He's been dealing with 2 jobs, and he's on the verge of going back to 1. So hopefully he'll be able to be a host more often than he used to be. And then, of course, dedicate the show to Surge as well. Had to deal with family, as always. But it's fine because it's family. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it?
I won't say what I'm thinking.
No, say it, DJ.
No, because it's not good, and it's not serious either.
It's not serious.
Really?
I really wouldn't suggest it.
Yeah, no, I know.
Leave
it at that.
Just being my dark, sarcastic self.
Nah, I know. I looked at you and I instantly thought what your answer was going to be. I was like, say it. Say it. I dare you. Damn it. Say it. No.
Not when it involves those sweet little girls.
No, it's all, but yeah. But in the general, but on a serious note, yeah, we dedicate this show to both of them. Hope they're both doing well, and we appreciate whenever they can hop on board, especially Surge, because I know that his life can be busy sometimes, as well as Donald's. But you got us 3 tonight, and for our topic today, we're going to be discussing Predators from 2010. Yes, this is an idea we came up with last week in celebration, I guess, of Predator Badlands just being released in the theaters this past weekend, which I got the chance to check out. Pretty solid film. Pretty good. I liked it.
That's good. I didn't get a chance to go yet.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. I was going to ask you that.
I got a chance to saw that. It was so amazingly good. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Now, a lot of people agree with you, Kyle. A lot of people it's doing really well. I think it's actually the biggest box office success of the entire franchise at the moment. So a lot of people agree. A lot of people are having fun with it. And when I went, it was actually pretty packed. So I was actually surprised. I was like, oh, wow. So it's a good thing this is doing well. Because honestly, I'm just glad the Predator franchise is just doing good in general. Because after the Predator, we all thought this franchise was dead.
It doesn't help though when you have reviewers that are like claiming that there's things in there that aren't in there, like some kind of weird romance or something like that. And people that have actually seen it are like, "What was that person talking about?"
Yeah, like like a critical drinker, because that's what he does.
Oh, I don't know. I think Grace Randolph talked about.
Oh yeah, her, and she was like, "Yeah, the romance between Deck and Theo was great." I'm like, "What romance? There was no romance."
Yeah.
They're platonic friends, you morons.
It's just
yeah. But then
of course, these are the same people that would say Arnold and Carl Weathers. Their buddiness was romantic interludes or whatever.
Wait, wasn't? You tell me, was it?
I'm out.
I'm kidding. Nah, I know. People, I don't know. It's weird with these, especially this day and age, where people just try to like put stuff in the movies that's not there. And it's just like, just watch the movie itself instead of making shit up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get clicks.
Yep.
It's mostly just grifters that come up with this kind of bullshit, and that's the most annoying part of it. It's just like, oh my god, like you got anything else better to do? So,
it's kind of interesting the timing of us talking about this, because this YouTube channel called Minty Comics or something like that. he does like 10 things you didn't know about movies.
Oh
Well,
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
he released that video of Predators just recently, didn't he?
Yeah, 2 days ago.
Yeah, I saw that. I was actually watching that when I was making breakfast one morning.
Yeah.
Really?
So I watched it earlier today, and one of the things that he mentioned was that like this was written I think like yeah,
In the
this was
90s.
written in the 90s,
Yeah,
like around the time that Predator 2 was being filmed or whatever, and
yeah,
just got shelved.
Robert Rodriguez, the producer of this one, he like wrote an entire script
Yeah.
for Predators. And it was supposed to be like some sort of like gladiatorial thing where the Predators would be watching them fight each other, having like beers and everything. And
Yeah.
he said that there was going to be like 100 Predators, and 20th Century Fox looked at that script and went, "Well, hold off on it for now."
Yeah.
Like, you know how much it's going to cost us?
And another fun fact that I enjoyed from his commentary was that Adrian Brody was cast like 2 weeks before they started filming. So
Yeah.
he's wearing a
Oh.
shirt throughout most of the film because
Yeah.
he was working out, trying to get built up. So once he, got ripped, then he took the shirt off.
Yeah, and that's when they finally could probably shoot that finale sequence between him and the Berserker Predator.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I think this is when I think they always do a lot of bulking up, getting your muscles pumped before you start filming. This is like way when you like trying to get like a really iconic moment in the movie. It's
Well,
like,
typically, like a male lead character that may or may not be taking his shirt off will, have a couple months to train beforehand. But like with this movie and like the first X-Men movie, when they brought in Hugh Jackman, both of them didn't have time to like go through their training regimen before filming started. So like with X-Men, Hugh Jackman like was working out throughout the entire time that they were filming. So by the end of the movie, he's a little bit more defined, and he went all out for the second one because he felt bad about how he looked in the first one. He was like, "Oh, I'm all flabby and stuff" in the first one. He's like, Wolverine's supposed to be cut, built, and everything. So yeah. But typically they like have a couple months where they know that they're going to be in this like action film, like Chris Hemsworth with Thor. He knew he had several months to build up and bulk up and everything.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth or freaking Henry Cavill or Chris Evans, like those guys.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Chris Pratt definitely for Guardians of the Galaxy. Like shit.
Yeah. So so sometimes the guys are already like doing it because they're like wrestlers or some other kind of thing or whatever. But if they're coming in fresh, like Christian Bale or something like that, like he burned off so much weight to film The Mechanic,
Yeah.
and then had to turn around and bulk all the way back up for Batman. Like,
Yeah.
that's how close the filming was.
No, I know it was crazy. Like
That's for sure.
Christian Bale's such a method actor because like he'll lose weight for a particular role. Like I remember that like one. Yeah, I think you were saying like he
The
was just
Mechanic.
skin and bones in that movie. You're like, what the hell
Yeah.
happened to you?
And within months, he went from that to what we saw in Batman Begins.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
Yeah. But yeah, Predator. Yeah. What we talking about? Oh, yeah, I guess we were talking about Predator Badlands at first. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. If you're a Predator fan, definitely go check it out. It's one of the better films. I know a lot of people are like, I don't know, it's kind of 50-50, I guess, if you're like a true fan, because you might find the story like a bit weird because it does have a lot of comedic elements to it, and it is kind of like a more heartfelt kind of storyline than we usually get associated with these movies. Yeah, but I thought it worked well enough as on its own. So
yeah, like a couple of the channels that I follow, like I was listening to them talking about it, and they said like they started off really strong, but then once Ellie Fanning got in there and started talking, they felt that kind of like dropped it a bit because they didn't feel like it really needed to have talking. Like, it could have just been like soldiers or whatever talking, and that would have been it. Like, with the story being focused on a predator, it should have just been, just stuck with that, in their opinion.
Yeah. I don't know. I still enjoyed it even when Thea showed up. I thought the first act started strong, and then like I thought it still kept up throughout the rest of the film. The
Yeah.
ending was a little bit anticlimactic. Really cool, but a little bit like cut short. Especially like one conflict. I was like, oh, I was expecting a bit more from that, but okay. But yeah, and I don't know. I just find it weird when people are just going like, "Oh, like Predator should be like a manly man movie," and this new one's is bullshit because it's like heartfelt and everything. I'm like, the first Predator makes fun of like the usual like over the top man on like big man strong shit. It's just like, yeah, like Arnold took on the Predator. It's like, no, he didn't. He got his ass kicked. He had to use his brain and not his brawn to take it on. That was the whole point of the freaking movie. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, they literally had to find like a giant to play the Predator, just so that way you can tower over Arnold.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, like I don't know.
but yeah, there's nothing wrong with the movie being focused on like a runt trying to prove himself.
Yeah, exactly. And like a lot of people, I know a lot of people are like giving issue to it, saying like they don't really like the Predator as a protagonist or being like a hero or anything like that. But I'm like, well, it's not like all the Predators are going to be hero or all the Yachts are going to be heroes. Like it's just this one particular one that is acting like an anti-hero. The rest of them can do whatever the hell they want. And I'm like, plus too, the Predator species or the Yachts species are like not really like full antagonists. Like they still have an honor code to them, and they still like some sort of morals that are not like pure evil. So I'm just like, well, they're already kind of fashioned for an anti-hero sort of like persona.
I still think like the best thing that they could do is have like a squad of predators hunting like some like on some dangerous planet, hunting some uber dangerous prey, whether it's the xenomorphs or something else. You could throw in like the space marines just to have some kind of conflict, but focus on this group, like special ops group of predators that are working as a team to like take out this galactic threat or something like that. Like it's a threat to everything that they stand for and hunt or whatever. Something that would draw like a squad in. Not just them being like jerks like what we're about to talk about in Predators. But like, so I don't know. That always rings in my mind as like.
No, I think that story. No, I definitely think that story like works. You and I talked about that before. Yeah, because I would like that. Like, just make it simple. Just have the Predator. Just have the Predator squad come in, have some xenomorphs, and then have like Marines, and that's where we just get all the action.
Yeah.
Nothing else. That's all we need. That's all we want from a Predator versus Alien movie. That's it.
Yeah.
So, all right then. Let's get into Predators, which you mentioned the characters, DJ. So let's start off with them. What did you guys think of the characters in this movie?
So I'll say like when I first heard about this movie coming out, I remembered when I heard that Adrian Brody was going to be the lead. I was like, seriously, the dude from the piano?
Yeah, I know.
Like he's not an action
star. Watching the movie now, I'm like, I'm still kind of iffy with him. I'm like,
yeah. He still doesn't come across as like a badass, action guy.
Yeah.
But in all fairness, he did do a good job with it.
Yeah, he did fine enough with the material he was given. I'm not saying he was terrible in this movie, but like, but I get the impression that like watching him in this movie, I'm like, they could have gotten somebody else.
Yeah. But I do appreciate that he put the effort in to bulk up and get in shape for it, and he did play the role well, so I will give him that. But again, it's just not his typical role, which is fine because with the Dark Knight when they cast what's his name? I just had it on the guy that played Joker.
Oh, Heath Ledger's?
Yes, yeah, Heath Ledger. Yeah. Like when they cast him, everybody's like, he's not the Joker type. He's not Joker.
He was just in 10 Reasons to Hate You or something like that.
Yeah, he was in all these rom-com movies and and stuff like
But then
that.
you watch
Like,
that movie, you're like, holy shit, he's
yeah. So,
fine.
and I know, like, when they first talked about the first Batman movie with Keaton, they were like, Keaton's going to be Batman,
I
the
remember that
Mr.
too.
Mom.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no,
so
even with the we just saw it now in the latest the Batman when Robert Pattinson was hired to be Batman. Everybody was like, really? The guy from
yeah, and then he played up to it and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not working out. Screw that and stuff." And then he actually did work out.
Yeah, and then you
Took it
saw the
seriously.
scene and you watch the movie, and you're like, oh, he's actually pretty good. It's just like,
Yeah.
great, people. It's great.
The girl, I thought she did all right.
Yeah.
She played. She was more of the sympathetic heart of the group.
She's definitely the most,
Mhm.
I would say, likable out of the whole group.
Machete was Machete. Danny Trejo. He's always good, and it just sucks again that his role is so short.
Yeah.
He's
like the first one to die, I think, out of the whole group.
Yeah, just like in Halloween. Like, it's like he Jason, don't kill him. He's your buddy. Or Michael, don't kill him. He's your buddy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was watching something about Jason earlier.
No, it's fine. I was like Jason. I was like, oh shit. Michael, hell yeah.
Yeah. I like the Yakuza guy. I thought he was pretty cool.
Yeah, Hanzo, I think his name was. They never said in the movie, but like that's his character's name in the credits.
And then the African warlord guy, I kept trying to figure out why he looked so familiar. Cottonmouth. Yeah. I was like, once I found that out, I was like, dude, that's why he looked so familiar. Like, okay, he's cool. I mean, it sucks how he went out.
Mahershala Ali, our new Blade.
Yeah, that's never going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
The convict guy, like, he's always good in his roles.
Yeah, Walter Goggins.
Yeah, and apparently they were kind of hesitant about having him, but he's like, no, I could play something different.
Yeah, he's like, no, I could do it. I could play it. So they were like, all right, fine.
Topher Grace, like when he first popped up, I'm like, what the hell? like, what the heck's going? Like, why is he in here? And then it reveals at the end. It's like, okay, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the weakest parts in the movie.
Yeah, I agree. It's like,
Russian was cool.
I do like the Russian. Yeah, aside from the girl, the Russian I would say is also the other guy that also like I think the most likable out of the group, or the most sympathetic out of the group.
Yeah,
because he doesn't really seem like a bad guy, like a terrible person.
No, he's just there. So and then we get Lawrence Fishburne making the cameo, and he literally only had like 2 days to film. So
to me personally, this was kind of like almost similar to Aliens, where I worked out the other guy who just basically locked the main characters in a room, and now the predators come in. It's like similar to with the xenomorphs. I'm gonna it's very similar, but they kind of like in its own story.
Yeah, well, it's funny that you mentioned Aliens, because when Robert Rodriguez wrote this, he intended to skip Predator 2 and make this the direct sequel to Predator, like how Aliens was to Alien.
Yeah, it's literally like the same kind of like naming structure, where it's like Predator and then Predators.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, I liked all the characters as well. The funny thing is about these characters that, like, when you think about it, they're like, wow, you're all terrible people. Which is just funny to me, because like the issue is that like when they like make all these characters like just terrible, you kind of find it hard to actually root for them to get off the planet. You're like, maybe you actually do need to die.
Yeah.
Like Goggins' character, I'm like, I think the Predator can take care of you. I don't think anybody's gonna really miss you, and I don't think I'm gonna be sad when you go. And I wasn't. I was like, oh well, he's gone. Yeah, he went on a cool way though. I liked his death. That was pretty badass.
Yeah, he does a good job playing the a-hole.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, he does a good job of like playing like that kind of like villainous kind of role.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, I like the direction they went with it, where like they have just like the worst of humans that you can gather. And I kind of like that aspect of the film where like a couple in this situation can find redemption, like with Royce, Adrian Brody's character, where yeah, he might have done terrible things like back on Earth, but here like he actually is able to kind of like find some sort of way to make up for that by like acting as a hero or acting a bit less selfish than he like acted in the rest of the film.
Yeah.
So like in that aspect, I find that aspect of the film, or I guess his character, pretty well written and pretty well executed. I thought like I liked his transformation in that, where he still has his edge because he messes up Topher Grace pretty badly, but he's
Yeah.
still softened by the girl character. So I like it at least. What else? I don't know. I was kind of taken aback with Lawrence Fishburne. Like I didn't mind him, but at the same time, I was like, I feel like you cut this out. I don't really feel like anything would be missing if we got rid of him. Like he just kind of felt like an unnecessary like side quest to me. I'm like, yeah, I don't really think.
Oh, Lawrence Fishburne.
Yeah, his character.
Yeah.
Like he just felt like out of place because like what really happens? They meet
Well,
him, takes him there. I mean, we get some exposition about what the difference is between these predators and like the usual one, which is
Yeah.
cool. But I feel like they could have like I don't know, maybe instead of doing that, we could have gotten a scene between like these super predators and the original, kind of establishing their feud with each other with just them and not like through dialogue, but just like visual storytelling, maybe.
Yeah. But it also provided a way for them to rearm for the Yakuza guy to get the sword, and and provided kind of a way to basically launch the finale.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they could have probably still stumbled on that ship on their own and just found that stuff on their own without Lawrence Fishburne's help.
I just like now that you mentioned the ship, like when the movie really started, all the characters was just falling from the sky. Like there's no explanation like where they actually were exiled for, because I know they're just basically trying to look out for themselves or stick together as a group, but there's like no explanation of how they got onto this planet. There's just
no, there is. They get dropped off on the planet. We don't see how they get dropped off, but we know that it has to do with like some sort of like ship or something at least, or like some sort of like what's the word I'm looking for? Some sort of like a transportation pod or something.
Yeah.
Most likely, it was a ship that it was aligned with the three berserker predators. That's scouting prey for them, and just flies by, drops them off, and keeps going. Get the next batch of prey. Because like you had all sorts of different creatures that were being dropped the same way.
Yeah, exactly. Because you have that one creature that gets shot by them when they think that it's one of the super predators, but it's not.
Which apparently was very close to the original Predator's design.
Yeah, I'm about to say that it was based off of that like kind of like original design where they had Jean-Claude Van Damme. Stuff was it, and it looked absolutely god awful when they recorded it. They were like, "This looks like garbage."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I thought. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that the drill where Lawrence Fishburne was holed up, he scavenged everything and brought it there. That's the only way that they were able to get it.
Oh.
If he hadn't been there, all those supplies would have been scattered to the winds in the jungle.
Yeah. I guess I could. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can see why he is included. I don't know. It just felt to me like I wasn't.
it was just very rushed, and that's because he only had 2 days to film.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. It just felt like a very rushed plot point. I was just like, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
So,
what I
like-
really hate about it. It's just that they always rush production, and they sometimes, depending on their schedule, it's just like,
Well, it
you know,
wasn't that that they were rushing the production on this. It's that he was contracted to start something else, so they literally only had him for 2 days. 'Cause
yeah,
if they didn't finish filming his stuff in that time, they were screwed.
yeah.
Because he was literally contracted to start something that
Yeah,
time.
exactly. When you have an actor as big as him, of course they're going to be like very busy. So you can't
Yeah.
like be at every
Yeah.
once.
So, so yeah, like they did the best that they could with him. They made him an interesting character because he's, like nobody's really sitting there like they're kind of looking at him, but nobody's questioning the fact that he's sitting there talking to himself, some invisible person and everything right in front of him.
Mm.
And then they just all just agree to fall asleep.
Go along with it. Yeah, I love that shot of like him Roland Lawrence Fishburne's character like talking to Royce, and Royce is kind of like nods his head. He's like, totally, yep. Because you can see in Royce's face, he's like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just felt like he
one
was
of the biggest
watching himself.
one of the biggest problems I had though with the characters, most definitely with Topher Grace. I did not like him in this movie.
Well, he was. I mean, that means he did his job because nobody.
No, it's not that. It's just that it was just his whole character. I just felt was just like, what? And the twist and everything with him, I was like, okay. Like, I didn't really care. I was like, all right. Like,
Yeah.
I thought like his character is like probably like the most poorly written, or his plot was just not done very well. Because like, oh no, he's a murderer, and then you get taken care of like right after. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like he's acting like he's a good person, but he's just like he's a bad person all along.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
We have like a Venom in a Predator movie. Like that is so funny. Wait, now I'm thinking about him. It's like his actor. I forgot his name.
Topher Grace.
He like so funny to see a character from Spider-Man in the Predator franchise. It's just so funny. Now that we're talking about him,
Yeah, that wasn't a good role for him either.
I just don't. It's so stupid to be quite honest.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
I don't know. I'm not a big fan of
I
that.
appreciated the fact that they used him as bait, though.
Yeah, that was funny. And I did like his death, where he just got blown up
Yeah,
by the grenades. I'm like, oh shit.
and he's sitting there trying to plead with the Predator, like, "I'm one of you."
Yeah, which also that's another problem too. His character is just so dumb because he's just like, I'm gonna stay here. Like I'll be one of them. I'm like, no, you're not. They're just gonna kill you. I don't give a shit about you. That's why I'm thinking like he's just a poorly written character because I'm like his motivation makes no sense. He's like, right here, I'm a monster, but on this planet, I'm like them. I'm like, no, you're not. You can't do shit like they can.
I do like how the Predator just walks up and to test him out, just stabs him.
Oh yeah, just to see if like,
Yeah,
I'm still kind of there. And then
You're still alive. Okay.
Yeah, it just turns around and just gets blown up.
Yeah.
that was a funny.
We got a comment.
No, we do. Let me
Yeah.
see. Who is commenting? Oh, you have two comments.
Yeah.
I'm ready to die. Looking good there, boss. That's right. Yeah. The back and forth between Mahershala Ali and Walter Goggins characters. That was kind of like that. What else about the characters? I kind of did like Hanzo actually. I thought the Yakuza guy was actually pretty cool. I thought he was like probably the most honorable out of all of them in the entire group.
Yep.
Like the fact that he like decides to go one-on-one with one of the Predators is just, I love it. That was like probably one of the scenes in the movie.
Yeah,
held on for quite a bit. He didn't just
Yeah,
get.
he managed to take it down on his own too. I was like, oh shit, and then he dies. It's like, oh
Yeah.
well, yeah, that's expected.
Oh, like both of them died. It's like this is so.
Yeah,
And that's
great fight.
kind of typical for like a samurai movie too.
I'm about to say, yeah, I was like, it's just like a samurai film where like the two opponents just do that one little slash to each other. It's like, oh, we're down.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about it for the characters, I could say. So now let's actually get to the main point, the predators themselves.
Yeah, the Yautjas.
Yes, the Yautja in this movie. I thought they were all cool. Evan?
Got a question.
Oh, God. No, what? Did you guys enjoy the tone of this film, and how do they compare to the others, in your opinion? Yeah, I like the tone of this one. And I think this one took itself pretty seriously. Like, I don't really find a lot of like comedic bits in this one, which makes sense. It's not as over the top and ridiculous as Predator 2. I would say it's more in line with the first Predator, where you get bits and pieces of comedy, but it's like a pretty serious, like overall, I would say.
Yeah.
I agree. It's like you see like way back that they're trying to like add a little humor to the movie, but throughout the film it's mostly like serious and it's all about survival. And we've seen this like so many times in each Predator movie. It's all about like surviving from the greatest apex predator.
I will say I wish, I don't know, for some reason I feel like this movie kind of, while I did enjoy the tone, I felt like it could have been a little bit more lively maybe. Because I don't know, for some reason I really enjoyed the tone of Predator 2. So like I felt like if this movie was made back in the 90s when Rodriguez originally had this idea, I feel like it would have had that kind of similar, I would have had a familiar tone to like something like Dusk Till Dawn, or like what's the other
Desperado.
yeah, Desperado. Like that kind of like over the top cheesy kind of effect to it. Where I really enjoyed that, and I think that fits Predator pretty well because like in the first one, there are some pretty cheesy moments in that one, like and over the top scenes, like literally when they're like all shooting in the jungle, just going all crazy.
Yeah.
Like, that's the biggest example I could think of that. But yeah, and overall, I thought the tone worked well for what they were going with. I probably would just made it. I would have put a bit more emphasis on like just being a bit more fun and like not as like drab, but like it still worked well enough for what they were going for.
It was pretty like fun. I would have to add that. It was like really great that they're adding a lot of like gunfire and action. It's just like normally you see that in every Predator movie. There's gonna be like suspense and character deaths that normally we all seen before, and something you really can't keep a good Predator movie down.
I think what makes it unique is the fact that they are brought to another planet to be hunted. They're not on Earth. They don't have any backup or anything, no matter what. They're completely on their own. It's not like with Predator or Predator 2 or whatever, where there was always the possibility of another force coming in to help them out.
Yeah, they're still on Earth. Like the Predator has come to them this time. They've been taken by them, and now like they're put on basically a game reserve.
Yeah,
like, just to be hunted down and killed.
Yeah, so so I appreciate that aspect of it.
Yeah, I know. I like that too. Like definitely, I think that tension of the movie.
Yeah, and I appreciate that the comedy is not like slapstick, but it's more, kind of the classic one-liners and sarcasm coming out. Being in such a dire situation that sometimes you can't help yourself. Like it's either you go insane at the prospect of being brutally killed by some monster that you can't see, or you say something to kind of vent the steam and just kind of keep going.
Yeah, I think the funniest scene to me actually is when Walton Goggins is like looking up at the sun. He's like, "Damn, 7 o'clock. Yeah, it's that time for me to do that." And Topher Grace is just like, yep, absolutely. And like he walks away from him, and he's just next to the Russian, and the Russian's just like, I think you should stay away from him. And Topher Grace just goes, yeah, like right away.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, all right, that's pretty good. But yeah, let's talk about the Yaksha, the main attraction of this movie. I thought all three of them were pretty cool. The Super Predators, I think is what they call them. I thought they were all had pretty unique designs. I like that each of them kind of had their own kind of like tech to them or something like that. Because one of them was like kind of like a seeker, or like he had that like drone around. Yeah, that Falcon drone around, and then you had the other one that had the tusks. That was kind of like in charge of the Predator dogs that were going around, and then you have the main one, the Berserker Predator, where I love that guy's design, especially the mask, where like he kind of has like that jaw underneath his mask, like teeth on it. Like I thought that was pretty badass, and I like the way he looks. Like I think out of all three of them, he's definitely the most aggressive, and they definitely did a good job at showing that, like with just how like this how he like manhandles almost every character you come across. Like with Walter Goggins, he literally like just plunges his fist into his back and just rips his spine out.
Which was punching through that plate too.
That was
because he had the armor plate on, which is what protected him from the energy blast.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
I was trying to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was cool, and I love the way like he just drags Topher Grace and the girl in the net, and just like throws him in the hole.
Yeah.
He's like, get your ass in there. Yeah. But I thought that was all pretty cool. And again, like I like one of the best scenes in the movie is when the Hanzo and the Seeker, I think it's the Seeker Predator or something like that.
The Falconer.
The Falconer, when they go at it with each other. Like I thought that was really cool. And like I love that aspect of the Yaksha character in general, where they have like this sort of code of honor to them that they're willing to take on an opponent one-on-one without like any sort of help or assistance or even like high-tech weaponry, because the Falconer Predator didn't have any of that. He just kind of had that long blade on his arm, and that was it. And he was just like, all right, come on, buddy, bring it, let's do it. So I enjoyed that part of it. I will say though, I was kind of disappointed with the Predator, the Tusk Predator, because I was like, oh, he was taken out pretty quickly. Like you get,
wish we could see more.
I want to see more of him, because like you get one scene of him blowing up Lawrence Fishburne, which was a cool explosion of his just all these bloody chunks flying over the place, but then he just gets blown up by the Russian. And you're like, oh, okay then.
Well, you just kind of answered Donald's question.
Oh, what do you say?
You know, you could just join us.
Yeah,
exactly.
No, I thought you were at work, dude. Like, what are you doing texting us or messaging us all this time? If there's anything you change about this film, would you change the scene, centering characters? No, I'm a host. What are you doing, man? If you want to host, you can. Just
just
asking questions now, dude.
Hop on, like whatever.
What are you doing? I can't keep track of all your questions. Jeez, man. Well, yeah, I like the. Yeah, but I would definitely say the Predator, the Tusk Predator, I thought was like probably the biggest disappointment for me in terms of the different Predators in this movie.
I agree, because I think we could have like seen more of them instead of like have them killed in the middle of the movie and save it for the final battle. That's what I think would work with this movie, and they just. I'm very disappointed how they just like mistreated him. I just wish. But mostly the Seeker, it's okay,
Just teasing you, Donald.
But both of these guys are really good, in my opinion. Like, I remember seeing them. Oh,
yeah, we're messing around on. You can still stay around, but don't just keep like you're just asking a lot of questions. And you're acting like you're the host. I'm like, dude, just hop on there.
But these guys are like. I just feel like they could have, like, Tusk up more screen time than the Seeker one, because
for the Falconer,
Falconer, yeah, and even the Predator dogs, like, forgot about mentioning them. They look so gnarly.
Yeah,
they definitely
look really cool. They definitely look I can definitely say for sure they look better than the Predator dogs we saw in the Predator. Bullshit.
Like if I haven't really seen
Those were
the
mutated.
Predator, like I would definitely
They
see.
look like garbage. They look stupid.
Mm-mm.
But these, I feel like that we could have seen more of them in maybe future Predator. Even though I never really saw the second, the 2018 one, that one that came out. But I really wish maybe they could put it in a future Alien versus Predator movie. That's what I think.
Yeah. Although I thought I remember seeing somewhere that these weren't really Predator dogs; they were just like another species that the
Yeah, exactly.
control of.
I just think wish we could have learned more about them. I just think they kind of like appear from the beginning, and then just same thing with the tusk. They're just gone.
Yeah. I will say that the Predator dogs, I guess, they do kind of this appear for like that one sequence, and that's it. They like never show up again for anything later. I'm like, you could have a bit more action sequences with them.
But look at what it took to take them down, and there was still more standing afterwards.
Yeah.
So,
Well, why
yeah,
not?
and like one of the characters said, the dogs were there just to flesh them out. So
It's like
yeah,
they're
fair.
testing them. Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. I
get
guess
them
so.
to burn through their ammo reserves and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like think about it more. I felt like maybe they could have left the Predator with the Tusk Predator like alive. So maybe like we could have gotten like a pretty cool finale where it's two Predators that they have to take on instead of just like one.
Well, it's a movie. We can't change that.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to have seen. I think it would have been a cool fight if we got like the original Predator versus these two. I know he wouldn't really last very long, but it would be kind of interesting. Yeah. Which, speaking of the old Predator, I did like the fact that they actually did include him in this one. I thought that was kind of cool. Is it kind of similar to what they did in Jurassic Park 3, where they had the T-Rex get killed by the Spinosaurus to make him the new big bad? Kinda. But I thought the finale fight between these two was a bit more satisfactory than what we got in JP3.
I mean, it's establishing. I mean, I guess it's establishing the lore that there's different tribes and beliefs and stuff. I mean, this is the first one that introduced the concept of like two different factions going at it with each other, and then
Yeah, because nowadays the fandom is referring to ones that are like kind of like not as honorable, that go against the code as like bad bloods. So I guess you could say this is kind of like the first example of there being clans that are confirmed that are classified as being bad bloods. And
then the weird introduction of the mutant ones that they did in the Predator.
Okay.
It's like taking it way off the rails.
Yeah, with the upgrade Predator.
Yeah. Like there's a whole faction that's just upgrading themselves with the genes of their prey. That
yes, and they need autism because autism is the key to evolution. Shut the fuck up! Fuck that movie, man. God, the movie's such bullshit. Makes no damn sense. Yeah, but yeah. What did you guys think of the inclusion of the older Predator, though?
I think it was a nice touch, but they kind of like kept him like hanging on to the chains for so long. He's like, it feels like they kind of like using him to attract the humans to their hunting games. It's like, and when the Adrian Brody's character frees him, he's like he wants his help to get off the island, planet. I don't know why I called it island. Jesus Christ. But it was like common understanding is like, okay, I'll help you, but just remember, I'll hunt you down after I saved you. So it's like he just basically go up against Berserker, and it's like he's gone. That's just how basically his role was. It was like basically help the humans to get off the planet.
No.
his
You were shaking your head down there, DJ. What's up?
Yeah, because he wasn't there for the humans. He was there because he was trying to correct and stop their little side job that they had going because it's not honorable.
Oh, right. Okay.
It goes against their code. So his whole point of being there was to try and stop them. But he got overpowered. And so he was their prisoner. And they strung him up because they wanted to torture him because they don't have the same honor that he has.
Yeah.
Which is why, even though, like his first instinct was to kill Brody, he didn't because Brody did free him. He's like, okay, like, I'll respect that. So I understand what you want. I agree to your terms.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's also relating to that thing he said earlier, enemy of my enemy.
Right.
That classic saying of enemy of my enemy is my friend. So like in this case, at a point there was a truce. They were allies for like a little bit.
Okay.
But he didn't stand a chance because who knows how long he was actually up there.
Yeah. I'm sure they didn't give him food, they didn't give him enough sustenance to like survive. So like he was pretty weak compared to the berserker predator at that point.
So the fact that he lasted as long as he did was, a testament to his strength of will.
Yeah, and like I guess it just gives a good example about like how like much endurance the Yautja species have. Like even when weekend, they'll put up a damn good fight against like a higher level Yautja.
So because like the way that I viewed that guy is kind of like the wolf predator in Aliens vs. Predator 2 Requiem.
Yeah,
like somebody that was sent to do a specific job, but unfortunately he didn't plan the right way, so he lost in the end.
Yeah, like I was expecting to see a freaking hybrid. He was like, "What the fuck?" In Requiem.
Well, in Requiem, that one, like, actually, I mean, he fulfilled his duty at the cost of his own life.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
But like this one failed. Like
yeah, no, definitely.
Okay,
so
he did not get the mission done.
No.
Honestly, I would have loved to cut back to their home world where they're just like, "Hey, have you seen Phil? Let's go back for a couple of weeks. Should we check on him?" Nah, I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he took care of the super predators. Meanwhile, he's all broke. He's all tied up.
So, but I think, granted, I still have to see the new one and stuff, but just the idea of like following a predator in their kind of like missions and stuff like that, like even if it's their planet hopping, I think would be cool to see.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, like why do you think the comics are so like praised in the fandom? Because it's just that they just focus on the Yautja going around doing their own thing. Even they focus on them not hunting, and that's what Predator Badlands does in a couple of scenes where they don't focus on just the Yautja hunting; they focus on them just doing like something else, their daily routine. It's like that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
because I know a lot of people would probably say like, "Oh, that gives away the mystery." And I'm like, well, not really, because like it's different between the Yautja and the Xenomorph, because the Xenomorph is just more of an animalistic creature that just has like one goal, like repopulate its species, and that's it. That's all it does. Hive mind. It's just set on like one goal. But I mean, all the Yautja are like more diverse and more of like they're a multi-layered character compared to the Xenomorph. Like they're actually characters, in which I like that aspect about them, that they're not just the main movie monster. There's something more than that, and I like that they explore that in almost every Predator film, where they give them their own personalities and their own distinctions and their own weapons and their own kind of looks and designs, and I like that about that because it makes them feel like an actual culture. Yeah,
I agree.
And I like that they did that with Predators, because they did that with Predator 2, where they expanded the lore a bit, where you had the Lost Tribe show up at the very end of the film, which was awesome, and they gave Danny Glover the gun to show him his respect for taking out one of their own,
and to show how long that they've been around.
Yeah, and even in Alien vs. Predator with the first one, you have that scene where one of the predators teams up with the main lead of that one.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty cool. I know a lot of people might find that ridiculous, but I'm like, no, I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that reminds me, like somebody like Grace Randolph was talking about that movie having a love interest between the girl and the predator.
No, you fucking
Yeah, you're like, yeah, it goes all the way back to there. No, it doesn't.
no. What romantic tension? There was no romantic tension between those two at all in the movie.
I don't see it at all. Like, why you mention that?
So, yeah, but yeah, the predator, the Yacha are a very interesting character, and we've just scratched the surface of their society in all the movies that we've seen. And we know that there's the different factions. There's the more respectable and honorable ones, and then there's the bad bloods, which is kind of like what the Killer of Killers was.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right.
So, so it lends itself to just remove the human element. And like we've proven before that a movie could do well without speaking.
Mm.
With no real words. I mean, you had like Kurt Russell in Soldier, barely said a word. Had like 13 lines throughout the whole movie.
Yeah,
did an amazing job. There's ways to portray emotion and thought and everything, and you don't have to use words.
Yeah, I mean, look at a more recent example. Look at New Empire. We literally have scenes where it's just Kong going up against different kaiju, and there's no human.
Yeah,
like the entire sequence between him and Scar King when they first meet is so well done. It's just them, just acting. Yeah. It's just awesome.
That's what they just need to focus on. Like I said, like rip it right from the comics. Go planet hopping. Have you can focus on one or have a couple or whatever that maybe it's a pair and like one goes down on the planet and does the hunt, and then like comes back and shows off all his trophies, and so they go to the next planet. The next one's like pumps up his chest and like it's like basically saying it's my turn. I'll show you. Like I'll come back with you more.
And it's basically and I feel like Predators, like trying to go back to this film. I feel like Predators actually was probably one of the first ones as a film to kind of expand that a bit.
Yeah,
we're not on Earth anymore. We're out in the universe. We're on a different planet, and now we have two different warring factions.
Yeah,
which is cool itself.
And the planetscape that they showed was just crazy. Like,
they had like
planets were and everything.
There, yeah.
Like, I want to see how that galaxy actually looks from the outside.
Yeah, that would be cool. And I feel like that's why like Badlands. I'm glad Badlands is doing so well because then that gives them the idea like, oh, this is what audiences want. Yeah, we want to explore the universe with these characters, and
as long as they get the right idea from them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
which unfortunately Halloween.
Which again though, I feel like they will if they just keep Dan Trachtenberg like associated with these movies.
Yeah.
Because so far, all three of his movies have done extremely well for this franchise. So just keep them on board as long as you can, and I think we'll be on the track.
So
as for the Alien franchise, I don't know. We'll see about that. The Alien franchise has not as much success as Predator one has, unfortunately.
Can't go back to Ridley Scott because he does.
No, because I'll just be like, oh, let's work on Alien Covenant and Prometheus. I don't give a shit about those. They sucked. I don't like them.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but what else to say about this one?
I like I do I like the way that the finale played out because of the fact that the girl knew about the first Predator movie.
Oh yeah, I did like that. I did like that bit of like again, a bit of lore where she knew what these things were when she saw the original Predator. Like the way that she was like the way he described it like matched exactly what that one looked like, and I was like,
yeah. Oh, and and I like the fact that like he used their distraction to lay the trap to basically do something similar to what Arnold did.
Yeah, and I do like the combination of him using the fire and the mud as well.
Yeah,
it's like he would have to hide like in between the attacks, so the mud helped cover that. And like
Until you switch to the heartbeat sensor.
which I
Yeah.
thought was actually pretty cool. I like that like detail that the predator, the berserker predator was just like, I can't see you, but I can still hear you, dumbass. And
Yeah.
You just
So-
took that right out of my mouth. It's just like,
Yeah.
wow. Like he was like getting like ready to kill him with all his technology, but it was like bring back to the first movie in the final battle. He just took off his mask and just basically went one-on-one with Brody, which is
Yeah.
so cool.
But he didn't take off his mask because mask got forcibly taken
Right,
off.
right. I meant like he just
He was still going to use his tech against him.
Again,
Girl
it
shot.
shows, it shows just how unhonorable the Berserker Predator was compared to the original one. The original one was just like, all right, let's go, like 1-on-1, hand in hand.
The Falconer showed more honor than the Berserker.
Oh, yeah, the Berserker Predator. Oh, yeah, definitely, exactly. And I like that where they had that distinction between the two of them. Where like, yeah, sure, you consider them all bad bloods, but perhaps some of them have more honor than the other one does.
Yeah.
The top one definitely didn't receive him. Like he had a lot of honor in him. I don't know. We didn't really get a lot of scenes with him, so I couldn't really tell. But yeah, like you said, DJ, between the Falconer and the Berserker, you could definitely tell that one had a bit more honor to him compared to the other. And I like that distinction between the two.
And the fact that it took all like so many blows to get the Berserker down, because like he wasn't just tapping him; he was like smacking him with full force.
It's only and it's only that when you consider it like the wider version of it, the Berserker Predator got blown up by the grenades. He had a one-on-one fight with an OG Predator. He got sniped in the back. He got knocked several times by the axe, and then that was like the final one where he just got bludgeoned by Adrian Brody, and then finally get his head chopped off. It's like, my God, it took all of that just to took him down.
Yeah,
It's crazy. Yeah, and also speaking of the Berserker Predator, I actually really did like the full face reveal. I thought that was kind of cool. I like the fact that they made it distinct enough where his mandibles were kind of outstretched to the side rather than like kind of like on the bottom and on the top. Like one. Like I thought that made him look more monstrous and more grotesque.
Yeah,
And I like that because like again, like it shows how kind of more ferocious he is compared to the other clan.
like he's the beast. You gotta like like a unstoppable force of nature that cannot be dealt with.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. Anything else? You guys have anything to say about this one, or do you think we covered most of it?
again, I enjoyed it. Again, I felt bad about Danny Trejo getting such a short time on screen.
I know. I wish we got
Me
more of
too.
him.
Yeah.
Because I actually got to meet him in person, and he's such a cool guy.
No, yeah, I'm sure he's a nice guy in real life. Yeah. Which actually, you know what? They probably could have him fight the predator with the tusks, or have him like do something with that. That would have been kind of cool.
But I mean, the fact that he showed up for another Robert Rodriguez movie is, just
it's bound to happen. Like with Robert Rodriguez, you know that at least Danny Trejo is going to make at least a cameo or something.
Even if it's a kids movie.
No, I know, even if it's Spy Kids.
Yep. But yeah, it definitely opens up the mythos for the Predator franchise. It definitely could have been, it could have launched like such deeper exploration into their society and everything.
Yeah. I think they were planning a couple sequels after this, weren't they? Like ones like follow up this one like right after.
I'm not sure on that. Like I didn't read up to see if something like that was true. I know that I'm sure that they probably had thoughts in mind because they're always, looking for the next franchise and stuff like that. And it's it's hard because, because unfortunately it doesn't always bring in the money like the studios want.
Yeah, and that's pretty accurate with the Predator franchise in general because like they've never been like groundbreaking hits at the box office, which is why Skyline's doing so well. It's just like such a huge surprise. It's like, oh shit.
But like, and the thing that some movies or some studios don't keep in mind, and unfortunately might start going the way the way of other things, with the fact that there's such a large push for digital only going on now. But a lot of movies like may not have hit it well in theaters, but once it got on a DVD and Blu-ray and stuff, it takes off.
Yeah.
And it becomes like a cult classic because word of mouth gets around, and people start checking it out, they buy it, and and so the DVD sales sometimes can help, but the studios aren't looking for that. They're looking for the next Marvel movie, like Avengers and stuff, that's going to rack in like $1 billion in the box office.
Mm-hmm.
And, they don't really care about the long run.
Yeah.
So.
Well, even then, we don't. Well, even with Marvel now, it's like a 50-50 one. And it's going to be a.
Well, that's because they got rid of all the writers that were actually writing the actual movies.
Yeah.
They had such success, and then they pulled in people that didn't care about the mythos of Marvel Comics, didn't even read the comics. They literally told them, you can't read about your character.
Yeah, and they just made it more about messaging, and it's like, can we not?
And
you can have a message, but also make a movie.
Well, not only message, but formula. They're like, we have to have this much representation. We have to have this much dialogue with these types of characters. We have to have,
don't forget the jokes.
Checkbox.
Yeah, don't forget the comedy. It's like, you always
like
have
everything. You can't have a serious.
No, just back up on the comedy a bit.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah.
So.
Predators. I definitely say I think like I've watched it numerous times and I still enjoy it. Like even watching it, I still had a fun time with it, and I still thought it was a pretty good movie. It's not great, it's not fantastic, but I think it is a worthy addition to the franchise in general. So I like it. I'd probably give it out of 5. I'd probably maybe give it like a 3. No, I'll give it a 3 out of 5. It's like a decent film. I have issues with it, of course. We mentioned with the characters and like some stuff with the Predators. And also, too, I feel like it's just a story where the story, I feel like, kind of treads a little too closely to the original again, where it's just like a bunch of guys in like a jungle. Granted, it is a different planet, but it just looks like a jungle being hunted down by the Predators and stuff like that, which... Like I know that they're building up suspense, but at the same time watching it, I was kind of like, okay, like move it along. We already know what they're going up against. Like this is like now like the 5th movie, because we had Predator 2, and then we had 2 Alien vs Predator movies. So now it's like the 5th one. So I feel like audiences are just like, all right, just get to them. We know what they look like. We know what they are. Just move along. Yeah, but still, I enjoyed it. I still think this is like this movie is like overlooked, but I'm glad that it is kind of getting more of a following in the later years. So I'm happy about that. Yeah, 3 out of 5 is my rating. Kyle, what about you? What would you give this movie?
I would definitely give it definitely like a 3.5 out of 5 because the characters are basically, I feel like we could have like seen more, but they're just kind of like they keep dying and leaving the only 2 characters to survive. I just feel like Danny was short-lived, and the characters are not interesting, but just Angie Brody's character is what got me, what's really like makes me like him more. The Predators, they feel like they got the other 2, the only 2 got their time shine, except for Tusk. I feel like they didn't do pretty well with him. So,
yeah.
And just like you said, it's basically repeating the same thing from the first Predator movie, but it's basically in a jungle planet, and they somehow taken the copy of the planets from James Cameron's Avatar, which... It's okay, but I just think they could have done a little better with it. But it's nice movie.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean copy James Cameron's Avatar?
Like, if you watch the movie, the Pandora has like to moons. Like there's a massive moon that like covers the entire sky, where the second one is actually
That's
like
just sci-fi in general.
Kyle, there are no 2 moons in this one. They're different planets that they were looking at. They weren't looking at moons.
yeah, but to me it kind of felt like that way.
I guess.
Well, then you could say that they copied Pitch Black because that had literal moons and planets rising right up on the horizon.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and then I'm sure that there was something else in the past that had something similar. So,
Yeah, it's just general sci-fi.
Sci-fi trope.
Still good. Yeah.
All right, calm down, DJ.
No!
Never down.
Let it go, man. Let it go.
Right.
Yeah, but what about you, DJ? I know you like shared a lot of your thoughts, but like, what would you give this movie out of 5?
I'd probably also give it a 3.5 out of 5. Enjoyable, not the greatest, but not the worst. I've definitely seen it several times. I have it in my collection. So, yeah, you know, as annoying as some of the characters are, I mean, they do fill their roles fairly decently.
Yeah. It's actually funny too. I forgot to mention, but I think this was actually my first Predator movie that I saw, and I saw like just like it's bits and pieces of it. So watching this as like I don't know, like a 7-year-old, I was just like, I'm confused. What is this?
Well,
So because I had no idea what the hell Predator was before watching this. So it's just funny going back to this one. I'm like, this is like my introduction to the franchise. So it was kind of funny.
yeah, I started with the original one. I'm seeing each of them as they've come out.
Yeah.
I remember as an early teen seeing the second one and being like, okay.
Want some candy? Yeah, freaking movie. Yeah. But all right then, folks. That is it.
Before we go,
Yep.
Oh.
check out what I got.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I saw. I've been seeing that on the store pop up a while.
Yep. Just came in the other day.
Yeah.
You also got that show that you're watching tomorrow, DJ.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Before we head out, I hand the floor over to DJ real quick. So we can shout out to our show tomorrow. Thank you, Kyle, for reminding me.
Yeah. Thank you, Kyle.
Thanks,
So yeah, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central Time, on YouTube and Rumble, we will be talking about the first 5 episodes of the anime series Soul Eater.
Yay.
Wow.
We're going to review that as part of our cycle. We'll also be talking about episode 8 or 9. 9 for Kamen Rider Zets. So we'll find out that I was right.
All right.
Have you watched it yet?
Not yet.
Oh,
I gotta know what you're right about.
yeah. What? Like, yeah. So I won't say it, but.
Oh wait. Now I know. Now I know what you're right about. Damn it. Man.
Oh my God.
All right.
So,
All right.
yeah.
I gotta check it out then. Now I'm excited for it now, man.
Yep.
Shit.
And it was really good.
All right.
So, but yeah, we'll be talking about those tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central. Join us for the fun. Find out our thoughts and answers about Soul Eater, the first 5 episodes. So,
yes. All right. Well, with that, folks, we're gonna call it a night. We are the Sci-Fi Nerds. I'm Remy.
Kyle.
I'm DJ.
All right. Y'all take care. Later.
Auf Wiedersehen!
I